I'm Bill Wilt of Assured Research. Thanks so much for joining this quick hit video where we focus on one research note drawn from, in this case, our most recent Assured briefing, November 2024, with a research note with the title for Property Casualty Pricing Cycle Watchers, Beware, because the triple witching hour is nigh. Now, the parallel, the use of the triple witching hour, for those who watch the stock market, may know or have heard the term. Periodically on Fridays, a series of derivative contracts expire, and basically market behaviors vis-a-vis those the expiration of those derivative contracts can add some volatility to the market. Not a perfect parallel, but what we're observing in this note, it's been on our mind for a while, that there are a confluence of three factors which seem to be coming together into here late 2024, into 25, and into perhaps 2026, which, if we're right and they all come together, kind of all could lead behaviors in the direction that would put downward pressure on the P&C pricing cycle. If I may, I'll just read to you the bulleted list because that's easiest and it'll convey the points. First, there's a substantial amount of money invested by private equity firms in P&C underwriters, brokers, and insurtech firms that'll be ripe for harvesting in the 2025 to 2027 timeframe. Secondly, PE-owned firms like to show meaningful top-line growth in the years immediately prior to sale, and that happens to coincide, again, as we said here, in late 24 into 2025, with a P&C pricing cycle that's long in the tooth and arguably is past its peak. And then third, the Federal Reserve, as we know, is embarking on a cycle of lowering their interest rates. They may have engineered a soft landing, which would be good for everybody. But that environment, and I would add in particular, depending on the outcome of the presidential election, not known as of this recording, the deal-making environment could really come together strongly in 2020, late 2024, but 2025 and 2026 is, particularly if there's a change in the administrations. As I say, as this is being recorded right after the third quarter 24 earnings reports by the major banks, virtually all of them have started to observe and record increased banking revenues from deal making, and that is broadly expected to continue. So look, we maybe push back on this because no one company, whether PE backed or not, is going to say, yes, we're going to kill the golden goose and drive the pricing cycle downward. And we're not suggesting any one actor would do that purposefully or not. Simply that this confluence of these three factors together could change behaviors, all of which would lead to the pricing cycle accelerating to the downside. So let me share the screen briefly, and I'll just point out to you what we've done. It's in the research note for subscribers, and that is we used a database from S&P Global to look at private equity investments, in this case in underwriting companies, by the year the deal was closed. And so what we're looking at and observing is that kind of in the late teens into the early 2020s, you see this increase in deal activity. It's a little less pronounced in terms of the number of transactions, but still clearly late teens, early 2020s, there was an increase in deal activity. The same is true. It's even a bit more pronounced when you look at PE investments in brokers, late teens, early 2020s, again, there in terms of number of transactions. So the observation is that, when you work backwards, late teens, early 2020s, and then you roll forward, and look at 2025, 2026, that's kind of a period where those the private equity firms, having made those investments might be looking to exit the investments. We know that they like to show strong top line revenue growth before their portfolio companies are sold. You have the pricing cycle passing its peak, and you have a really ripe deal environment, which suggests that people probably aren't going to want to miss out on that opportunity. So that's why we say no one company is likely to be the one to perhaps cause the demise of the pricing cycle. We're just pointing out that a lot of these forces are kind of coming together at the same time, and it's worth, we think, worth watching. So thanks for listening. If you'd like a free trial to our work, reach out. We'd be happy to do it. If you have something to share, you can reach out as well, either through LinkedIn or get to us through the website. So thanks again. Hope you have a great rest of your day.